AITA for calling my oldest sister a nightmare parent and saying she shouldn't be so judgmental, especially toward our sister. So I, 25M, am the youngest in my family. My two older sisters Brianna, 37F, and Emily, 40F, are both married and parents. I'm dating but not married or a parent yet. But, and this is relevant, I work in childcare, and for the past 2.5 years I have been working with kids in a daycare that provides both baby/toddler care but also after-school care for kids. So no parenting experience, but experience taking care of kids and feeding them. Brianna has 2 of her 3 kids who are very fussy/picky eaters. She has struggled for about a year to get them to eat any kind of veggie. She confided in me about 4 months ago that she was seriously considering hiding veggies and sauces and other stuff, coming up with creative ways to hide them. But she was worried she'd be judged for not just taking a stand and making them eat the veggies. I reassured her that it wasn't something she should be judged for and informed her the daycare I work at do that very thing for the meals we provide. I said it helps kids eat better without all the fights, and at the end of the day getting this stuff into them is more important. And kids can be stubborn. I shared some recipes we use at the daycare and she started making them, which worked. She was so happy because now her kids are getting so many veggies into them instead of none. It also helped her introduce a bit more fruit as well. Emily found out about Brianna's method of hiding the veggies and shamed her for it. She called her a bad mom, said she should be making those kids eat their veggies normally and only lazy parents or parents with awful kids need to go to such measures. They fought about it until Brianna told Emily to mind her own business. But that isn't Emily, and at our parents' house Sunday she brought it up to shame Brianna some more. Brianna told her to mind her own business again. Then Emily said it was like something I would suggest. I told her I did. I stand by what I said too. I told her it was also none of her business. That it's not being forced on her, so she needs to leave it alone. She said she would raise hell if her kids were fed that way. That she wonders what kind of daycare I work for when they don't teach kids to eat veggies. I told her she'd be one of those nightmare parents who'd expect daycare workers to stand over their kid and try to make them clear the plate or expect us to do most of the work in getting them to eat better. Emily said it's lazy. I told her she's just judgmental and she shouldn't be, because nobody can be the perfect parent, and Brianna is our sister and doesn't need to be shamed by her for feeding her kids. Emily told me I was always such a brat, and I told her she was always a judgmental ass. Our parents asked Emily to leave. Tuesday night she called and told me I had been harsh, and as the eldest and my big sister, I owed her an apology for how I labeled her. Wibta if I confronted my friend about her selfishness regarding my bachelorette trip. So I have a friend, let's call her Katie. I've been planning my wedding since January, which of course has included a bachelorette party. After some brainstorming I decided that I would rather have a little weekend trip with my fiancé and some friends to Broken Bow, Oklahoma rather than clubbing or bar hopping. So I got with my friends and my fiancé's friends and pitched the idea. It's taken a lot of work to get everyone together, plan the trip, book the cabin, gather funds from people, and more. Well, my friend Katie has been more involved than a lot of other people, but from my perspective it's been for their own personal gain. For example, while I was looking for accommodations, she made sure to let me know that her requirements for an accommodation was 1, a king-sized bed, 2, a bathroom she doesn't have to share, 3, a hot tub. Okay, whatever, I found a huge house for the 13 of us to share and she was down with it. But since then she has been basically trying to give herself the largest room with the largest bathroom. There was a time where she was going to pay the 300 refundable deposits, which made her feel like she was entitled to the largest bedroom, so I decided to take that power away from her and pay the deposit myself. Anyhow, she sent a text in our group chat today basically saying that another one of our friends coming feels uncomfortable sleeping in the bunk room with the other single guys, literally gay guys just like them, and they even told me via text that they don't care where they sleep, and then giving herself the largest room and bathroom and saying she will share it with them. Oh, and also because of the sleeping accommodations, me and my fiancé will be the ones most likely sleeping in the bunk room with all the single men, lol. Anyway, I've already cried about it because I'm so stressed already planning my wedding, but now I feel like this trip isn't about me or my fiancé and all about her and her experience. How do I even address this? Would I be the asshole if I called her out on her actions? Should I reframe my thought process on all of this or let it go? Should I get to choose my room because I planned this whole trip with no help and it's my bachelorette trip? IDK anymore. Any advice would be nice. Thanks in advance. Anyway, here are the sleeping accommodations for context. Room 1, king bed plus largest bathroom, Katie and their boyfriend. Room 2, 2 queen-sized bed plus bathroom, me and my maid of honor. I don't want her to have to sleep as a single lady in the bunk room. Room 3, queen plus no bathroom, my friend who she claims are uncomfortable sleeping in the bunk room, both men and gay. Room 4, bunk room plus bathroom, for beds, bottom are queens and tops are single gay guy, another single guy, single Catholic guy, and my fiancé, who I will probably just go sleep with, because he's my fiancé. Room 5, king bed plus bathroom, my other friend and her husband. AITA for calling my GF lazy when she refuses to work. My GF was a senior data engineer at a tech company that had a lot of layoffs, and she was also one of the casualties. I used to work for the same company but left about a year ago after the first round of layoffs. I told her she should leave and she began applying, but I could tell she didn't want to leave because she liked her team. Her whole team was let go due to the feature they were working on considered unnecessary. She got 4 months of severance and it's been 2 months and she got an unofficial job offer from my friend who is a hiring manager. He was going to hire her and push her through, but she turned it down because it was an airline company and she says development work for airlines and just a hiring and layoff cycle. Also that they are paying her about half what she made. I told her she is being unnecessarily picky and she says she refuses to take it because she got 2 interviews in progress for much better companies and taking my friend's offer would mean that she can't study and prep for the job she really wants. I feel like she is being lazy and she could take this one and also prep for the other interviews, and as they are just interviews she is putting too much on the line in case she doesn't get an offer. With tech how it is, she should just take whatever is offered rather than wait for the best job. But she thinks she would rather be unemployed and take a breather and wait for the ideal job. I was at my friend's house and he asked me again about hiring my GF. I told him she isn't really interested and apologized and joked she has been lazy since she got laid off and thinks she deserves the same income she had and won't settle for less. He accepted it, but I think he told his GF, who is friends with my GF, who told her I called her lazy and ungrateful. My GF found out and texted me to tell me she is going on a trip to Iceland with friends. This was supposed to be our trip and I was shocked she would just leave. She told me since I think she is lazy and ungrateful she might as well act like it and enjoy her time off and severance. I'm pretty pissed she went on our planned vacation spot without me with her best friend, but AITA for badmouthing her to my friend?